your usual understanding, cooperation, and support in this issue. Right Honorable Speaker, I am saying that as of now, we can only accommodate, and that's what we have accommodated, 1,500 interns. Attached at the back of this statement is a deployment list, which I can lay on the table. I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity once again, and for sharing the constraints we have when it comes to the deployment of the interns. And we look forward to continue sharing and for your support. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.
I want to lay on the table.
I'm going to open up the statement for debate. Around 30 minutes. I'll start with Honorable Babiku. I add on Wungoko. I add on Honorable Choma. Buweju. Kumi. I'm coming this side, don't mind. Our champion Erute, Hajat, Chair Harris, and also former Chair Harris.
Thank you.
Let's use 2 minutes each one.
Okay. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, my major concern is the poor planning between the universities and our main ministry. I will recommend or propose that the Prime Minister must ensure that the universities plan together so that we get to know the expected number of interns. Because without having that number, it is impossible for us to have a possible figure that we can apply at implementation. To Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the Honorable Minister talked about future deployment of the remaining students who have not been deployed. I feel we should look at the implications of non-deployment of these students. Without deploying them, they will not be able to complete their courses as expected. And therefore, this is a wasteful attempt by the learners, their parents, to ensure that they go to school. Therefore, I'm proposing that as government, we need to sit down to look at the fate of these learners and provide an opportunity for them to finish their courses. My last recommendation will be to understand how the figure 1 million has been arrived at. In scenarios where we don't have adequate money, we rather look at this money, restructure it, than not deploying some of the people. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues.
Yes, Wongoko.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Poor coordination between the educational universities and the Ministry of Health aside, Right Honorable Speaker, the recommendations that the minister gave was to open up new centers for the interns. Well, as that can be, it's a process. The solution right now could be, can the ministry collaborate and produce probably a supplementary budget, because we cannot afford to see these interns roaming on the road. We cannot be here and lament when a solution has to come. Here they are looking for us for a solution, and Right Honorable Speaker, that could be the way out for now. I beg submit.
Now, Honorable Minister, we do have some interns from foreign countries. And some of these foreign countries, especially within the East African community, work together under the East African Medical, I think, Council. We have an arrangement. And some of these people are occupying spaces here. If we could make it very easy, I think they would even find it much easier to do internship from their home, like how it's done under law, where we do it for those in common law countries where they go and do it from their home and then create spaces. Because I have information on that. Some of these interns have told me about that. Because you see, whatever we are doing, whatever explanation we are giving, there is no single fault on the side of the intern. So the intern can't do anything about our excuses, about our rotating, about our poor planning. The intern is only saying, please, I need to complete my education. Facilitate me to meet your requirement. Me, I'm available. It's you who requires. If you don't, you can even waive it off and you leave me, I practice as a doctor. It's you who is setting conditions, but denying me opportunities to fulfill your conditions. So what are those conditions for? Okay. So I had Erute.
Thank you, the Right Honorable Speaker. I'm Christina Kelly, Member of Parliament from Erute North constituency. Honorable Minister, this thing is reoccurring. This shows that you people are not organized. Because how can you admit students that yet you don't have the structures you cannot accommodate? And the way you're saying one supervisor against 5, why don't you make it to 10? And if that is the case, why don't we limit the number depending on the availability of resources? You don't bite, you cannot accommodate what you cannot manage. And Right Honorable Speaker, remember last year, the president said we want sciences, we are promoting sciences, and the ministry is frustrating the science students. We sell land to educate students. And as we speak now, every sector, after training, people go for internship. It's automatic and it's mandatory. But why is it that your ministry is not doing that? Right Honorable Speaker, this thing is frustrating. As we speak now, some of the students have ended up into drugs. Some of them are committing suicide because they've lost land and they thought after finishing, they're going to compensate for the loss of the land. So the minister, please think twice before you act. We cannot sit and watch our students on the street. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Choma.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank the Minister for the statement. About this, about the lack of coordination between universities and the ministries. Honorable Minister, I want to be convinced because you seem to suggest that actually the universities are giving more interns as outputs than required. However, when you look at the audit reports, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, there are very many staffing gaps in all regional referral hospitals. Leave alone regional referral hospitals. Even when you go to our health center, 4s, 3s, there are no medical personnel. So now, is it really true that there is a miscoordination between the universities and the ministry? Or actually we still need more of these medical personnel? Don't forget about really the government's effort really to emphasize sciences. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I think, Honorable Minister, we are behind you. We have support you in terms of the budget because we need these people. And someone has already suggested, I think it is Dr. Face, that if it means a supplementary, then we do it because we really need these people. Are very essential. We cannot do away with them. I beg to submit.
Yumbe Hajat Avako Merisa.
Thank you so much. Right
Honorable colleagues, I had done a round of the people I had picked, so you're first.
Also, allow me join my colleagues to thank Almighty God for saving your life and the colleagues you are with. And allow me thank Minister for this important statement. Honorable colleagues, the interns we are talking about are our children, and we are saying that these children should really attain the level that we send them to attain. And our policy is very clear. We are focusing about training, recruitment, and retaining. Honorable Minister, it's very important that between the schedule of enrollment to intensive period, the government should have planned for these children. I really suggest that we should not take long to address their plight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Nzima. My colleagues, I've already picked. I did a round.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to join my colleagues to thank God to have saved your life. Mr. Speaker, sir, when I listened, first of all, I want to thank the minister for the statement. When we talk about internship, it's not just internship per se; it's an examination. Just like also for teachers, they have school practice, and therefore, when you deny internship to medical students, actually you are delaying them to finish their course, and also you are stopping them to finish one particular examination for a year. The implication of the statement is that the ministry seems not to be aware of the population of these students. Each time when we launch more institutions to offer medicine, we should expect more number of students to graduate from these universities. And this will give us also the impression that the number of students will increase. Mr. Speaker, sir, just like other courses where a private scheme is accepted, and also for private students, particularly from foreign countries, they seem to do it on their own privately. I wanted to know from the minister, if the government cannot raise enough money for all these students, which is the reason for the delay of their deployment, can't the ministry open it also freely for those who can sponsor themselves, so that those who can afford can go ahead? Those who want to wait from the ministry or the government could wait. Why is it restricted to for everyone? That's what I wanted to get from the minister. Thank you.
Oyachenga.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to remind the Honorable Minister that there are students, the interns, who finished 3 years ago and they have never got the placements, and they are only loitering around. Right Honorable Speaker, this is so painful to the parent who pays for 5 years to the child, and after 5 years, the child cannot get placement. I think in this house, we have always talked about priorities. This is a priority. I have seen these students crying, and actually yesterday I saw the police beating them up because they are demonstrating. Yesterday I saw the police beating them, and I wondered, why are we doing these things? Today we wake up and tell the public that we want people to study sciences, and at the end of it all, we don't know how to help the scientists. I think it is something bad, doing things without planning in this country. It is disturbing everybody.
Okay.
The Prime Minister said that they have only 73 centers. The minister in her report that they have only 73 centers. Why don't you?
Thank you, Honorable Yume. Then Kumi, Honorable question.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I would like to put this into context. We are all parents here, and think through this, that you've struggled. You're that parent from Kakumiro, Amur, Amolata, Koboko, who has sold their produce, goats, and your child has graduated. There's a reason to celebrate, and you have to wait another 2 years to be deployed and to be paid. That's the context in which we should look at it from. Right Honorable Speaker, I think the mischief is in the planning, and I think we are crucifying Ministry of Health wrongly. It's a financial issue, and it's an education issue, a planning issue. Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, there are 17 universities that train health workers. Kampala International University produces half of these. As somebody who trained, I'm not so sure how you can have 500 students in a class, both for dentistry, medicine, nursing, and midwifery. We need to interrogate how they are doing it. Do they have the requisite number of lecturers, or we are getting half-baked personnel? Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, my prayer is we find this money, pay the interns, and we reset the clock to zero. As I conclude, Right Honorable Speaker, it's not only about paying the interns, but it is where we are going to accommodate them. Mbale Regional Referral Hospital needed 590 million shillings, the price of a V8 Land Cruiser, which the front bench buys every financial year for their ministers, but we could not provide this in the budget. Masaka Regional Referral Hospital needed 600 million shillings to complete their ICU. It was an unfunded priority. So it is beyond only payment for interns. There is equipment, there is the consultants who are going to train these people, and so many other things. So we need to look at it from that context. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Christine.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. And thanks to the Almighty for saving you. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the colleagues for the prayers you gave. At the time I was seriously struggling for health, and I want to say thank you to the Almighty God. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate the statement placed by the Honorable Minister. And in one of the statements, she said, the Minister of Finance, even went ahead to make a statement to say, with no hope for the supplementary. According to the presentations here, we actually have to support this supplementary for this course. May I find out from the Ministry of Finance whether it is ready to support the position of Parliament, because this is critical. Like other colleagues have said, during planning, this is the time I also call upon the Budget Committee to listen to some of the priorities that chairpersons of committees present at the time when we are doing budgeting. Because I want to believe that the committees discussed about the importance of internship and even generated the figures which needed to be honored. Where is the problem? I'm happy the members are supplementing, but of course, I have to be on record. Then finally, as other members have already stated, one of the most expensive courses in this country is medicine, the medical courses. And many people have given testimonies to that effect. May I find out what can be taken as a step forward to have the supervisors increased? As the minister placed the challenges, she said one of the problems is also what? The shortage in the supervisors. Whose problem is that? Is it that we are not allocating money to have these people recruited so that they can do the supervision? But basically, the problem has been on what? On the inadequate funding or inadequate budget, which we must find a solution to, Mr.
Thank you. Now, Attorney General, we have a dilemma, for goodness sake. Because personally, I've been paying for some of these students. okay? And the students have come, and I'm ready to pay their allowances like how I've been paying their fees. I'm ready. They have completed the course. They don't want your allowance even. Okay? What they want is to qualify so that they go and take up other opportunities. Now, what can we do? Because why I want the Attorney General to guide. If I've done my part, the rest is in your court as a government. What do we do about it? Me, the ones I'm paying for, sir, okay, I can meet their allowances because I have been paying their fees, which is higher than the allowances you're just giving. So can you allow them if they don't want allowances, they volunteer?
I thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Actually, when the Honorable Member raised that issue, it really excited me because, yes, because we need to, and I'm happy we are having this conversation, we need to start thinking outside the box and start debating these issues. So if, for example, people are willing, I am sure as government, we should be able to go and make those facilities available if the cost can be met. And then also for the cost of the other interns, when you look at the number, it's not so much. I think it's 18 billion or something like that. I think we can sit down and really rationalize some of our own. This issue of supplementary budget, it's very easy to say supplementary budget, but the money to fund the supplementary budget must be found somewhere. So what we, even that is an option. Even the fuel refund, all those things are option. Those are also option. We just need to sit down and think about these things as players in this space. So even State House, all of them are open. So what we need to do, Right Honorable Speaker, is that we just need to sit down. The issue that has been raised and everyone has appreciated it. So what we need to do is to sit down soberly. If the committee could actually sit down and look at these issues, we have got part of the answer is those who are ready. That's an easy win. That's a quick win. So as the executive, we need to just go back and make a policy which allows those who are ready to meet their own cost to do it. I think.
Because now, honorable colleagues, you see a very good example they've given, okay? When you read in the statement, they are saying those of pharmacy and dental for government, the ones which government has been paying for, have been pressed for internship. What about those ones whom government has not been paying for? If they can meet their cost, okay, why not allow them? Because sometimes because you see, now this is discriminatory. They have only pressed the other ones, but the excuse they are giving is, I don't have money to deploy you. Okay? Now, if you don't have money, in my 4 or 5 years of study, have you been paying for me? That's the question. And the reality should sink in. Honorable Attorney General, and the Minister for Health. Let's listen to one another. I wanted us to listen to one another. I'm giving a discriminatory example here in our state, in the minister's statement, where you are saying those of pharmacy and dental who were on government sponsorship, okay, and are in short supply have been deployed. The ones on private have not been given a chance because you are saying you don't have money. Okay, no, listen. You are saying you don't have money. Now, me who has been paying for myself for all these years of study, if you want, why is boss? That's why some of these people, I'm sorry, that's not parliamentary language of boss. Honorable colleague, Honorable colleague, there is already inequality whereby those of government have been given a chance to complete. Those of private, if they can meet their cost, can't they be allowed to complete? Honorable Seungu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's very, the Attorney General, you have given us a good answer with all the options. But while the Speaker was asking you, if giving a legal opinion, what statutory instrument do you need to allow these people to pay money for their children, for those in the private? You get me? There is another challenge, Mr. Speaker, about the health facilities. You know that they're also limited. There is even elevation of those medical practitioners, trainers, who must reach that level of supervising these students. That's yours. When you read the statement of the minister, yes, it is okay. But there is this tendency, Mr. Speaker, of always coming to Parliament with not giving proper justifications. When you took your policy statement and the budget estimates Committee of Health, did you indicate this fund and the figure? The answer is in abstract. You didn't. They didn't. I am seeing the chair is nodding in support of my side. I see. So if you did that, so where is the failure? But Mr. Speaker, as you stated, because you cannot ask parents to pay privately without a legal instrument. We need that. Explain that to this House so that these parents can continue doing so. And because there's nothing to do. You have almost 3 years back now.
Thank you. Honorable Kamara.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank God for saving your life. 2 points. The first point is about regulation. I have seen documents from National Council of Higher Education recommending some universities to train 100 medical students. But when it is time of graduation, you hear these medical schools graduating over 300 medical doctors. So one thing we should do as Parliament is to interface with the National Council of Higher Education and ask them, you recommended 100 medical students. Why is this university graduating 300? Then we interface with the council, Uganda Medical Council, Uganda Council of Dental and Medical Practitioners, and ask them. Then we interface again with the universities, which are training way beyond what the National Council of Higher Education recommended.
No, but Honorable Kamara, for clarification, okay? Let me help you with the information. This has started this year.
No.
Listen. I know universities now, they have written to them, we renew your course, okay? But admit only 60. Now, there are universities which still had people in the pipeline. Now they have already written to universities. And universities are even protesting by them. But at least National Council has put it. But now, before, they were not only giving you a threshold. No, it has just started. So people who are in the pipeline, will they pay a price? You should first finish people who are in the pipeline, okay? And then now the recommendation you've started with can start applying, but clear people in the pipeline.
The second issue, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for that information. The second issue I want to present is about internship versus studentship. When you're a student, you are paying as a student. When you become an intern, a medical intern, a nurse intern, a pharmacy intern, you are different from a student because you are doing work. Therefore, I don't support government getting free labor from these interns and hiding that some interns, just because they were paying for them, they were paying for their studies. This time they are working for you, you must pay them.
Our teachers on school practice paid because they are working, they are in class.
They should be paid. If they are not, they should be paid. Because Right Honorable Speaker. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker. Government has been emphasizing that they are supporting sciences. They have enhanced teachers' salaries. They are saying they're going to be paid. But now, the cream of is medical, is pharmacy, is nurses. Now they have trained them, they cannot pay. Now the Minister of Education must also come out and tell us, is science still a policy of government? If you have failed, please, you must pay the sciences or say that the government has failed. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Namuga. Then Shadow Minister for him. Honorable Batu.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to thank my colleague, the minister from Zimbabwe. You know, I was also a former minister, Right Honorable Speaker. And I want to submit on a few issues, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, we are looking for 18 billion shillings. We do appreciate that there might be changes in policy, but at a later stage, we are talking about 18 billion. We have just given Iroko 300 billion. We gave Day Farmer 500 billion. We have a classified expenditure under State House and Office of the President of close to 500 billion. Right, Honorable Speaker, I do propose that in the interest of having continuity and stopping this current challenge, let us look for the 18 billion. Yes, we should look for it. We can get the 18 billion, then we plan better. Right, Honorable Speaker, I remember the same ministry had areas of close to 80 billion that led us to reduce this payment to interns from 2 million to 1 million. It was reduced, we agreed. So it was 2.5, then to 1 million. And we've also failed to pay 1 million. So for me, I do suggest that let's go back and plan better, but look for the 18 billion. And the source of the 18 billion, one, classified budget. Go to the classified and get 18 billion. If you cannot, go to ROCO. ROCO, get 300 billion get 18 billion from ROCO. If you cannot, go to Day Farmer where you allocated 500 billion, get 18 billion. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have the money for now to sort this mess as we plan better.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, just from Honourable Namuga's submission, which the MPs are prodding, from Honourable Namuga's submission, which the MPs are prodding, for us to have a structured debate. If you provided the 18 billion, we did provide also the necessary specialist supervisors. We did provide the space, because from your statement, you're saying per specialist for interns. Okay? So that might be money for allowances. But then we need specialists to supervise these interns. Yes, listen. You see, you have been told the numbers have now grown. So beyond money, there are two critical things. Specialists to do the supervision. Space where to put them. Okay? Where they can be pressed. Because I was talking to one specialist who told me that, look, I'm in a theater, you've given me an intern. I'm surrounded by 12 interns for training. How will I teach these people? And how will I know they are concentrating? How, you get it? Yeah? No shifts of patients. You remove one patient to put another. So why I'm asking these questions, Honorable Namuga and Honorable colleagues, is that of the money we need, is it only 18 billion or we need something beyond so that we can have more specialists? Okay? And so you can answer that then, Shadow Minister.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. And Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, allow me to thank the members of this August House for this concern. And my prayer, as again we had come in, is that you allow us as a ministry. And I want to thank you, honorable colleague, Honorable Namuga. This time we are going together nicely. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm asking that you allow us to go back. We go and bring our strategic plan how to solve this internship deployment to zero. We come back and before the Committee of Health, discuss with them with what we are bringing to take care of the issues of the allowances, to take care issue of the space, to take care of the specialists, and after from there, we come back to this August House. On the way forward, we go back for proper gain planning, because this involves Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Education, where to come with the policy and regulation, and Ministry of Health.
Thank you.
So I would say that because it is an issue, we must put to an end.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your guidance. Let's put this to zero. We plan for the future so that this issue does not occur again. And we come to this house and together we find the remedy for once and for all.
Thank you.
I thank you.
Now, honorable colleagues, really, from my little experience of 9 months in the cabinet, I think this would be, like the minister has said, it doesn't even help for me to say tomorrow the committee start handling. I think we would need to give minister space to coordinate with the cabinet secretariat this matter. She takes a statement to cabinet, picking our views on Monday, and then on Tuesday, she appears before the committee. So we give the committee Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on Thursday, the committee reports back on the floor. You think, Minister, that would work?
Right, Honorable Speaker, Monday we are not meeting, maybe the other next Monday. No, we have another. Now you want to go to cabinet? I'm giving information. Monday is International Youth Day. So it's International Youth Day, and we want to celebrate with the youth. So cabinet will all of us be there. So if we can be.
Honorable colleagues, give me time. I'll consult with the Prime Minister and all that. Then we see, because it's an urgent matter. It's very urgent. But again, whereas it's urgent, I know the minister cannot sort it out alone without going to cabinet. Otherwise, we shall be roasting her with how we do what, but she can't do much from the direction it's taking without going to cabinet. Or if cabinet cannot, at least the head of state needs to be appraised on the matter too. So, honorable colleagues, I will guide you on this matter tomorrow. Next item. Next item.
Item 5, statement by the leader of the opposition in response to the president's address.
Sorry, the shadow minister is a member of the Committee on Health, where the statement is going. Yeah. Okay, let me allow a word from the shadow minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable
But you don't provoke debate again.
No,
we've guided.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And thank you for the wise guidance you've issued. Indeed, this is a matter that can only be decisive in the Committee of Health. Notably, the minister highlighted 78 centers, that they've grown from 58 to 78. But I can see outright that we have 62 regional referral hospitals. We have 62 general hospitals, 17 regional referral hospitals. That brings up the number to 79, but I've not talked of the specialized hospitals, like the Uganda Heart Institute, the Cancer Institute, the Women's Specialized Hospital, and I've not talked about the national referral hospitals, meaning there are gaps we can exploit to really widen the number of interns. Secondly, Kamuli General Hospital has not received interns, despite it having specialists. It has a pediatrician, it has a surgeon, it has 4 obstetricians, but no intern received. Bujiri, which has a fewer number of specialists, has got interns. So this is to highlight that there are gaps still existing. But last and most important, Uganda has ever registered its name in the area of medicine. You can go to South Africa and many other African countries and find Ugandan doctors. I have colleagues who are teaching and working in Namibia. So there is something we did very good at that time for us to rate our name high in the field of medicine. And what we've been doing is that we've been paying interns. We've been supervising interns directly. There should never be a reason for us to stop doing what we've been doing right and what has made us write our name up there.
Switch on.
As we make all suggestions, there is a good consensus we reached last year. Interns were getting in excess of 2 million. As Dr. Kamara has stated, 2.5. We reduced that to 1 million so that we can take up all the interns. I was surprised that there was a backlog. So in the Committee of Health, as we interface with the minister, we shall establish what the money we passed during last year's supplementary, exactly what it did, and establish the right backlog, and then look at the resources we have this year, look at the possibilities of having private facilities like in Nakasero, like in Zambia, supporting us so that we get rid of the backlog, as Dr. Ayuma said. Now let us clean up so that we start on a clean page where we admit from universities what we are able to consume. So as we are doing this, how many private hospitals can we bring on board? Because interns are supportive. They will support the functioning of those hospitals, and it's an idea that they will buy and get on board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Now, Honorable Minister, you can see this is not just a matter of finance, it's also mainly a matter of policy. Just go tweak that, then you come to the committee. Like, I will guide the House tomorrow after consulting tonight. Next item, the debate for State of the Nation, I want to give it enough time when we are very fresh. So let's first clear items under 7.
Item 7, laying of papers in accordance with the Rule 33 of the Rules of Procedure. 1, the regulation of